as you can see from the title of this video, I actually had a client who I secured them a house, per their thumbnail, for about like $197,000 with $215,000 in equity, for only $1,091.14 to the closing table. Now, a lot of you guys are probably going to be wondering, how was I able to do that? I was able to do that by, so in Florida, in the Florida area, there's several different first-time home buyer programs. One of them is the Hometown Hero program. And then the other one is called the SHIP program. I'm not really sure if SHIP is still active. Well, they are still active. They have ran out of money since the last time that I talked to them. But one of my clients was lucky enough to, I was lucky enough to secure my client's $25,000 on his in the closing assistance before the program ran out of money, just because of how great I am at negotiating. So how I ended up making it to where my client only had to bring like $1,091.14 to the closing table is, for one, when I started the contract, so this is actually a deal that I've been working on since February. But when I first started the contract, put in an offer for them to, because initially this client was only approved for $174,000. So for this particular property, it was listed at 197. We put in at 170 something, and this particular property, it wasn't the best, and it wasn't in the best condition. For the most part, the person who owned it before ended up dying while in the process of making repairs. So when they got my offer, they were a little bit more willing to work because the property wasn't selling. So they accepted the offer. But what we were able to do is we were able to find before they accepted the offer, we were able to find the SHIP program to where they would provide. And so in this particular county in Milton, Florida, the SHIP program ran out of money now, but in that particular area, they were giving out an additional $25,000 in additional closing funds, plus whatever you're pre-approved for, which is very, very different. And it's similar to the Hometown Heroes program, which I'm probably going to do a separate video on, and that's probably going to be the next video on this channel. But this particular, once I got him into this program, we were able to put in for the full $197,000. So once I did that, when we got to the inspection period, the house was tore up. So I was like, with me being a great negotiator, whether it's, in selling oils, whether it's in selling real estate, whether it's in selling anything, I actually know how to negotiate and I know how to sell. So we were just like, this property is not up to par. It needed a new roof. So this particular property had I think it was either 2 or 3 different roofs on top of each other. And underneath all of them, the ceiling was just rotted, wood rot everywhere. It's crazy. Poorly put together. So what I did, I negotiated pretty much an extra $20,000 to get a new roof, and also an additional $6,000 to help with some of my buyer's closing assistance, even though we had the SHIP program, as well as fixing up all of the issues that came with the appraiser repairs, because we ended up having an appraiser come up there, and the appraiser marked off a ton of things that they wanted completed. So essentially, in total, off the top of my head, I ended up pretty much, securing them around like $56,000 in additional funds from the SHIP program, and just with great negotiation skills. Now, if you're in Florida, if you're a real estate agent in the Florida Panhandle, or just anywhere in Florida, because I'm currently in Miami right now, and I did this deal from Miami. I haven't even been back home. I haven't been back home in a month, but I did this deal in Miami, and you know, they've officially closed yesterday, and they were extremely happy because they only had to come out of pocket $1,091, excluding, you know, the inspection fees and the WDO fees. And also, I was so good at this property. So this property's closing date kept getting pushed back because of the appraisal fees. So what I did was I made the seller's agent pay for all of the appraisal fees. So that's why my client ended up having to only come out of pocket $1,091. Now, for other agents who may be trying to do this, you should definitely, if you're in the Florida area, you should definitely look at the bond program. I think bond still has money left over for first-time home buyers who need assistance, as well as the new updated Home Talent Hero program, which is going to be in my next video that I post on this channel. So if you're watching this, click on the next video that's on this channel, and I'll explain how this new program actually gives you up to $35,000 in closing assistance, and you don't have to, and you can actually make more than 6 figures and still get assistance into this particular program. So it's really cool. But I hope you guys like this. Definitely like, subscribe, and share. And yes, I did just wake up.